Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Catch a vibe.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. We are back. Welcome back to another episode of the Pregame Podcast. We lit, we live, and while y'all at it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's Mr. A&T himself.
Hi.
Shot.
Yeah. What's good, bro? Aggie Pride. Shout out to the Aggies, man. Had to represent.
I see it, bro.
Always representing A&T.
I gotta say something. About it, man. How you been, bro?
Yeah, man, good. Coming off G-Ho week. Survived the weekend. It was great. Good vibes, good energy, man. Love A&T to death. Greatest decision I ever made in my life was attending the North Carolina A&T State University. So good times.
And if my memory serves me correctly, next year is the 100th, right?
It is the 100th, and for all you non-Aggies, you can stay home because
wait.
we need the
space.
Let
me tell you something.
We need the space, brother. We need the space, brother.
All right, because you know what I was about to ask. I might have to pull up.
Hey, man.
No.
Pull up, man. Everybody's going to pull. It's going to be crazy.
Nah, it's going to be stupid.
Yeah, it's going to be stupid. Just leave the complaints, man. Like, I seen a lot of complaints about G-Ho, people saying, oh, it's boring. Like, yo, it's because you don't know anybody, bro. Like, you don't know nobody. You're not an alumni. It's a million people on campus. Yeah, people say, it's out there on TikTok. If G-Ho's in your algorithm, you'll good see a couple negatives. But it's streamers trying to get off. Like, that's not what G-Ho is about, bro. Like, that ain't what G-Ho is. G-Ho is a vibe, man. You gotta know where to go, know how to move.
That's real.
If you're not one of them, it's not gonna make sense to you. So
yeah,
but yeah, good energy, good vibes, man. Yeah, G-Ho 100 is gonna be ridiculous though.
No, it's gonna be stupid, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's gonna be stupid. That's what's up though, man. This weekend is our homecoming, you know what I'm saying? That's Charlotte, right. Here's the thing though, man. Like we not an HBCU, but the community that we have there, I'm not gonna sit there and say it's like an HBCU because it's not, right? But it's pretty strong. I ain't gonna hold you, man. It's definitely gonna be a vibe out there. I'm excited about it, man. I'm not doing too much. I'm only doing the tailgate. Vashti and I talked about it last week. Speaking of Vashti, we got Vashti in the building. What's up, Vashti?
Hey, guys.
What up?
How are you? Let me guess. You tired? I feel that.
Yeah.
But you here, though, and we appreciate She's like, that's a normal thing at this point. Vashti, you ready for Saturday? We talking about homecoming.
Yeah, I figured y'all were talking. I don't even know at this point. I'm tired.
Good thing is it's Thursday. It's Thursday. You got 2 more days to get right. Well, a day and a half to get your mind right. That's it, and you be good. So for those who are new here, welcome to the Pregame Podcast. It's your fusion of sports and pop culture where we talk about a little bit of everything, and we always gonna keep it 100. For everybody in the chat, if you're new here, what we're going to ask you is what you're pulling up with is basically the vibe, the energy that you're pulling up with, not necessarily anything tangible. So just make sure you throw in the chat what you're pulling up with today. We got a fun-filled agenda for you today. We're going to do some pregame reactions. This is the only part of the agenda that I do not share with Vashti and Shad. Y'all, please excuse my voice. I'm losing my voice. I think I had food poisoning on Monday, and whatever I ate decided to come right back up, and I think it burned my esophagus, and my voice has been going all week.
That's crazy.
It's been wild. But we're going to fight through because that's what we do. Oh, yes. So appreciate you, Ricky. I was going to say something like that. I'm wearing the 704 shop crew neck. If you want to shop at 704 shop, just use _made for more. That's _made, the number 4, more, MORE. Get 10% off of your order. So make sure you use that and get this crew neck. It's pretty dope. Won't lie myself. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the pregame reactions. Also, if you saw, I didn't know people I don't know if I showed my age on that shot. If we saw the YouTube thumbnail, but I was trying to copy the movie 2 Can Play That Game, and have Chuba and Rico on there because we're gonna talk about Chuba and Rico. But there's a lot of young people out there. I don't know if they ever seen a movie with Morris Chestnut and
Yeah,
Vivica A.
man.
Fox, but it's one of those black classics.
Yeah, you showed your age. Yeah,
I
it's
definitely
cool
showed
though.
my
Just
age, man. I thought like I
embrace
saw
it. Embrace it.
I did. I definitely embraced it. I saw it and I was like, yo, this would be pretty dope if I did this. So I did that. We're gonna talk about Chuba and Rico a lot. It's been a lot of noise about it. And I think my underlining message is Panther fans don't know how to have nice things. So we're gonna talk about that and break that thing down. And then also we got a few other things we're gonna talk about. So here goes the pregame reactions. There's been a lot this week, y'all, around people doing things and then apologizing days after because social media has decided to jump all down their backs about it. And so we're gonna look at a few different things, and I want to know from you all, is this like a shoot first, ask questions later, or just ask for forgiveness later, or do you feel like they were wrong for some of the things that they did? So let's check out the first one. Is Mario spazzing on a videographer that was on stage? Let's check this out.
Man, you gotta get the fuck off the stage, dog. Get off the stage. Oh, get the fuck off the stage, nigga. Get off the stage. Put your hands to my head, baby. Don't have.
All right. So look, we ain't gotta say much about what happened. Everybody saw what happened there. Shai, let's start with you, man. Like, think about it like in the shoes of the videographer, right? You're here to do a job. Now, some context here is Lloyd was at this same concert and the videographer was on stage filming Lloyd. Lloyd didn't say nothing about it. And Mario came on and did that. Now, granted, he has come out and apologized and said he wants to take the videographer on his tour and blah, 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 blah. But is it too late? Is it too late for that, Shai? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know if it's too late, and it's. I don't know all the details. Like, we don't know if he had something in his clause that said, "Hey, nobody on the stage." But I'm like this. Like, did you have to, go on the mic and say it? Like, you could have said something to the guy without publicly, bashing them to say get off the stage. But yeah, not a good look for Mario, man. Like, come on, bro. It's not a good look, man. It's not the way to handle yourself in that situation, man. You an R&B singer, not a gangster, man. Let's relax. Slow down a little bit.
All right, Vashta, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I don't know the backstory on it though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, none of us
was
do.
this videographer with them? Was he aware that the videographer was going to be there on stage? Was this just some random person that he wasn't aware of? So yeah, I mean, obviously he didn't handle himself properly, but I still need more background before I start jumping down people's throat.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Yeah, you can see if you go back and look at the clip, there's another videographer back there kind of off the stage. Like, and again, there may be something in the clause that said, "Hey, nobody coming on." Like, why are you so close to me, dog? Like,
Yeah.
look right there. You see the videographer in the back.
Yeah.
There's another one. So I don't know, but that was a lot, Mario. It's a lot.
No, I think it was a lot, and I'm not going to bash Mario for it, but one thing I will say is there's a time and place for everything, and it's a way to handle it. And like you said, he easily could have came up the mic, like, "Yo, could you back up?" Now, what Mario has come out and said was, I think we might have lost Vashta here. But what he came out and said was like, "Yo, I almost tripped over him one time," right? He was like, "I almost tripped over him one time, and I just wanted him out the way." This, that, and the third. I think it's just a way to handle it. And like you said, bro, like, he ain't no gangster. Now, granted, you know what I'm saying, Mario will be first to tell you he from B-More, you know what I'm saying, how he was raised and things of that nature. Like I said, he came out and apologized, but I think the biggest thing around this is like, bro, like, you got to be professional with everything you do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
What should he have said?
You did what I think he should have
had
said.
Security.
He should have. He
should
could
have
have
security
easily.
if somebody else do it.
Yeah, I think easily.
Then maybe security should have already been up there then.
But that's the thing. It was.
Up there.
But that was his job.
So he should have said security. He should have called for security.
He could have easily been like pointing security, like, "Yo, can you get," or take the mic down and be like, "Yo, can you move?" It's a lot of different ways to do it without embarrassing somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's seen the viral clip about Neo when the dude jumped on stage and Neo pushed him out the way. That makes sense, right? Dude was not supposed to be on there. Get him out the way. This, that, and the third. But this videographer was there for the whole entire concert. This wasn't a Mario concert. This is a concert with a whole bunch of older R&B artists like Lloyd, and the videographer was on stage with Lloyd doing all of that, right? So I understand that you might not have liked that, but I think it's a way to do it instead of like, yo, get the F off the stage, bro. Like, and that's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? For somebody who's there to do a job. That's how I feel about it. Any other thoughts on Mario before we move forward to another thing? So here's another piece that I want to talk through, and it's Tua. I'm not sure if y'all saw this. Shy, you kind of hinted towards it on PNP the other day, but Tua apologized for this today. But let's take a look at this video real quick.
Yeah. Well, I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things.
So this was after they lost on Sunday. He got a lot of backlash because he was saying a lot of different things that people would say keep in house. Today he apologized and said that he shouldn't have said what he said. He made a mistake. But is this too late? Is this going to be hard to repair in the locker room? Kind of saying this about the leaders on the team, the front office, and all the players. Let's start with you, Vashti.
Yes.
It's too late. All right, Shy, what do you think?
I mean, is it too late? Given the situation in Miami, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Coach is probably out. Tua probably out. So is it late? I don't know. But I'm a firm believer of what's done in public must be undone in public. So like, if you went out there and said, "Hey, yo, my team ain't nothing," then you gotta fix that publicly. So I do applaud him for doing that. That was a mistake. For him to go out there and throw his teammates under the bus in front of the media. I think it's entertaining though, as a NFL, connoisseur or consumer. I thought it was entertaining for him to throw everybody on the bus, but that ain't the right thing. And now all his teammates had to answer for what he did, for the rest of the week. So that ain't cool. But is it too late? I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I think this just speaks to like where that particular franchise is. I mean, a lot of people have already said a lot of, the Dolphins didn't look too good ever since they lost to the Panthers. You know how everybody say, when you lose to the Panthers, the Reaper is somebody getting fired. You know the whole saying right now with the Panthers. I think this shows that he's lost the locker room, in my opinion. This is just me outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know much. I'm not a Dolphins fan. But what I could tell from here is like, bro, if I am a teammate of yours and you're sitting here calling everybody out like that, it shows that, one, it's hard to, when you lose somebody's trust, it's hard to gain it back. And for him to do that, bro, it's going to take a long time for him to build it back up. I think you muted. Oh, I think you might be talking on the phone. Sorry. But yeah, I think it's going to be hard for him to gain it back up. So it's going to be I'm very curious to see what's going to happen moving forward. I feel like something's going to happen, whether they're going to blow up the team, or somebody's going to get traded, or somebody's going to get fired. Either one. I think we're starting to see a lot of franchises such as like the Titans, the Browns, the Dolphins, these teams who are 0-6, the Jets, 1-5, 2-4, like they are now starting to implode. We're starting to see the things that the Panthers used to have to go through. And it feels good being a Panthers fan and not having to deal with that. I'm not even going to hold you. But it's interesting seeing it on the
still
back
early.
Uh-oh.
I'm saying it's good, but I mean, it's week 7. Relax.
You're right. No, you're right. But I'm saying, if you remember all the other years, Vashti, it was at this time, this time last year, this time 2 years ago, it was nasty work for us, bruh. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, look, I'm not too high, not too low. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna act like we've been, you know how like when you were younger, I don't know if your parents said this to y'all, but like if you played basketball, you scored a 3 or something, or you played football, you scored a touchdown, you celebrating, and they come over and like act like you've been here before. I'm gonna act like we've been here before. I ain't gonna celebrate. I ain't gonna get too high. The Kool-Aid's not poured, Vashti, not yet. The Kool-Aid ain't poured. But I'm gonna act like we've
I
been
mean,
here
I
before.
heard
Yeah,
the saying, but
we got the ingredients though. You know what I mean? The ingredients in the pantry. We just gotta go get them. You know what I mean?
I know you know where I'm at right now, bro. My bad. You know where I'm at right now? I'm making my grocery list. Okay. It's not in the
Yeah,
pantry.
no, we already
I
got it.
gotta go
We
order.
already
I might even DoorDash that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So we can get here quicker. So I ain't gotta come, you know what I'm saying? To get all the ingredients to do this. You feel me? That's how I feel about it. Vashta, you not like excited about where we at? Or you kind of like,
because I see how fans flip the script very quickly. So it's all roses and right now. And if the Panthers go out and lay an egg against an 0-6 Jets team, then all of that goodwill will be down the drain. So that's what I'm saying. It's just,
I hear you.
Not me
Yeah, I mean,
personally. I'm talking about the fans.
We gonna get there for sure. Go ahead, Shot.
okay. No,
Are you
I was
gonna-
gonna say I'm joking, but she's right though. Like I have been like cautiously optimistic about
Yeah.
where we are. I'm joking about the Kool-Aid and all that. It like we beat some, we beat up on some bad defenses. We got to see what they look like against the Bills and the Jets, right? We can't overlook the Jets, obviously. But it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm happy. I'm in a good spot where it's good to be 3-3. Like we haven't been there since 2021, so it's good to see that. But it is early.
For sure. We're gonna dive a little deeper into that. Before I do that, though, I definitely want to give my condolences to someone we lost this week, D'Angelo. Maybe I'm showing my age again, but D'Angelo was definitely in the playlist. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that we all grew up listening to. People call him the father or one of the creators of neo soul, who sadly passed away from pancreatic cancer. My question to you all is, this is not like a starting lineup. We're not gonna do a top 5, but do you have a favorite D'Angelo song? A song that you like, hey, if I ever want to go listen to D'Angelo, like, here's that one song that I always go back to. Let's start with the music head herself. Vashta.
No, I don't have a favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I get asked questions about favorite artists, favorite songs.
It's hard to pick.
Do
you have a go-to? Maybe not a favorite. Maybe you have a go-to.
I don't even have a go-to.
Okay.
Like my music is dictated by my mood, so
Amen.
it really just depends.
I feel that. I agree with you on that. I can agree. What about you, Shad? Do you have like a go-to or?
I mean, he got classic. I mean, Lady is dope. This is a good vibe. Brown Sugar. I mean, he got hits, bro. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say D'Angelo's at the top of my list. But like, I'm with Vashta. It's a vibes what you're looking for.
For sure.
But D'Angelo, man, I just hate. I hate that he. Well, no, not that I hate it, because I'm sure he was able to control and went out kind of his way. I just hate that he kind of did it in silence. Like, not for my public consumption. I just wish we would have, I guess selfishly would have known what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. It was all a big surprise to us, or to me anyway. So that's tough. But man, RIP D'Angelo, bro.
For sure. I think one thing I do hate though, and I think it's just, I don't know if it's society or just, kind of outside the mind because of social media. I hate that, we have to wait till people pass away to give them their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't dropped any music in a few years, and he was working on a new album. But now, you're able to see, and people are always going back to like some of his music. And I think with this generation that we live in right now, people use the word glaze, right? Don't glaze. You glazing just because you're giving somebody their flowers, or you're, congratulating or promoting somebody. I just pray that, like, that changes, that people can give people their flowers without it looking like you glazing. And so people can do that moving forward. But definitely prayers up to him and his family, especially the son lost both his mom and his dad in the same year. So definitely prayers and condolences to that family. All right, so let's get into I guess some good Tepper news. Tepper has been moving, he's saying he stepped back in terms of Panther football operation, but has been doing some things in the community. This is one of them, right? He donated $5 million to University of South Carolina to basically rename their sports management building. So now it's the David and Nicole Tepper Department of Sports and Entertainment Management. which is pretty dope. I won't lie. And then the other thing he's working on with Live Nation is building a concert venue downtown. As you all know, David Tepper loves his live music. But what are your thoughts on these two moves kind of happening within the last, call it 2-3 weeks? He's been kind of moving and shaking in terms of a business venture. Do you think that venue will help Charlotte in general with having somewhere downtown? Of course, we have, Fillmore and different things of that nature, but now this one's going to be somewhat close to Bank of America Stadium, which I think is interesting. But what are your initial thoughts about hearing these two things? Let's start with Shot.
Yeah, I think it's dope. I mean, salute to Tep. I mean, he's been out the news from a Panthers situation. So salute to him. I mean, he got the bags to drop and get the name change on the building. That's dope. I mean, that's what happens when you donate big money to schools like that. You get buildings named after you. So I can't hate, man. Shout out to him and Nicole. And then the music. I mean, how can we hate on the man that brought music back to Charlotte? I mean, literally. Like, so I mean, salute to him. I think it's dope. I think everything he's doing is cool. I mean, just let the Panthers cook. That's all. I mean, that's all I can really say. I mean, I'm not to say that he hasn't been in the Panthers thing behind the scenes. I'm sure he has, but publicly, we don't know about it. So I'm cool with it.
What about you, Vashti?
I mean, okay. It's cool.
It's cool, but it's not. You don't feel no type of way about it.
5 million to a billionaire is probably the equivalent of 5,000. And then when you take into account the tax breaks that he's gonna get for sending this money, like it's barely nothing for him. So it looks good on paper, and kudos to him doing that. But okay. As far as the concert venue, I gotta see it happen first. Like we can announce stuff, and this has happened before, but it needs to come to fruition. So we'll see. It says it's gonna be on a 2-acre plot on Graham Street side of the stadium. So I'm guessing that's where they're utilizing this parking lot in between the actual stadium and like that bar that's down there. If y'all know, if y'all familiar with Uptown, like there's some land back there that they park at. So I'm guessing they're gonna do that. So I don't, let's see it happen.
That's a good point though, Vashti. I mean, we're thinking about what happened in South Carolina with the practice facility. Of course, when things start to get in the process of being built and things start, this is what we are seeing in terms of, context. When things aren't being built the way he wanted to be built, or things are happening, he can quickly back out. And so that's a good point. That's a very good point. I think it'd be really cool though, from the venue perspective, to have something uptown. I'm not sure if it's going to be closed or not, but concerts are definitely a thing, and it'd be really interesting to have. I mean, of course, you're not going to have all big artists to have I think it's like 40,000. I think it was venue. So it'll be interesting to see how that all that comes together. Quick thing right here, Vashti. I saw this tweet that you tweeted the other day, and I got to ask you a question about it. You used the phrase "off the hook" in the locker room.
This is unnecessary.
It is.
This
necessary.
Is really unnecessary, because why you got to bring this to the pod?
Because I had to, and I was gonna tell you, but I was like, no, I need initial reaction, because using the phrase,
I'm not speaking on this.
You got I got to hear it in a sentence. I got to hear the sentence.
No,
the people want to know.
I'm not speaking on this.
Because you like you said earlier, like you said earlier.
This tweet is gone and put to bed. It's up there, but come on now.
Let me tell you. So here's the thing. Just like you said with Mario, that you need to hear the context, the story, before you can say this, that, and the third. I need to hear the context. We need to hear it about how you use "off the hook." Like, did you say like, "Oh, Princely, that outfit off the hook," or was it like, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? Y'all played the way y'all performance today was off the hook." EJ, your scheme against that
off
team
the hook
was off the hook. You feel me? Like, their context matters.
Y'all done? Or y'all finished?
All I'm saying is you are not off the hook. on this conversation.
Y'all done or y'all finished? I don't have any problem with making fun of myself on
Good. Let's
social
talk about
media.
it.
I
Because
literally,
y'all get on me
as
all the
I was
time.
saying, I have a video of it, which will not be released. But since
Come
you
on,
hounded
man. We need
me,
to see.
no, will
People
not.
want to see.
We were talking to Merrick, and we were talking about his play, and I was like, your play has been that.
But then what?
And I was in the moment, I'm trying to figure out what adjective I wanted to use, and that came out. And so that's what we rolling with, and it's over with. Okay.
All I'm saying, look,
So
it's
yeah.
Kawhi laugh.
here's the thing. You said what shot?
That's the Kawhi laugh, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, no, that's Chris Smooth. If you know, you know. But look, it's that shot. Here's the thing. Even though we joking right now, there are worse things that you could have said. Worse things that you could have said. You could have been like, "Yo, your play was far out," or you could have been
Yeah,
like,
that's not. I don't. That ain't in my
"You could have said,
wheelhouse.
your
That's
play was
more.
off the heezy for sheezy." Like you could have went,
No,
a
that's
whole.
extra. That's really too much.
I'm just
What I
saying.
said. Yeah. Well.
Look, give
Thanks.
yourself
Can we
grace.
move on, please?
We can
You
move
can
on.
take my tweet down.
You can move
Yeah.
on. I saw that. I said, I gotta talk about it. You know it's all love, Vashti. You know it's all love.
No, it
Uh,
isn't.
but yes, it is. It's funny. But look, let's get into it. Okay, can we talk about real quick? I know. First off, two things for everybody. For everybody who's watching, make sure y'all go over and follow. If you're not following Panther Nation podcast, and make sure y'all go over there. Quick Blitz is back. All right. And it was a great, I had a chance to watch it. I didn't get a chance to watch it live, but I went back and watched it. A great first episode. Shout out to y'all, Vashti, for coming back and doing y'all thing. So y'all already talked about this a little bit, but I want to hear, like, after the dust is settled now, some of your thoughts on that amazing win against the Cowboys. One question for you all that y'all did not say on y'all's pod. Do y'all have an unsung hero of that game? A person, it could be a coach, it could be a player, someone who is not getting the praises they deserve for either how they played or how they coached during that Cowboys victory. Let's start with Vashti. I have mine. I'll say mine after you all.
I think Bobby Brown had a heck of a game on Sunday.
Game.
I don't know if people are. I think people did talk about him, but I think Bobby Brown really had a heck of a game. And honestly, that whole offensive line, like Yash, they be giving
That's
Yash the
mine.
business. But Yash
that was
really, like, when you don't hear offensive lineman's name, when they don't mess up, that means they are having a game. So that was my defensive player, and Yash was my offensive player. So because for him to fill in for Moten, who was out kind of at the last minute, like, kudos to him, because he's been on several different areas of that line during the season. And Panthers fans, y'all tough, but y'all gotta give props where they do.
That's facts. What about you, Shot?
Yeah, Yash was mine. I think Yash filling in it right, it was huge, and we didn't hear his name. Like Vashti said, when you don't hear your offensive lineman's name called, that's a good sign. And he did an excellent job, graded out well, no pressures, just did a great job. And I think it's apparent that he's more comfortable on the right than he is the left. So he had him out there replacing Icky, and it was
nasty work.
It was no bueno. So he may be a better right than he is left, which makes things because Mo got extended, but it's good to have.
Yeah,
good to have a backup tackle. So shout out to Yash. He had a great game.
Yeah. From the videos that all the behind the scenes stuff, that man walked off that field proud, boy. He said, "This is the week that I needed to put up." For me, my two unsung heroes. I love how you did offense, defense. Bash out someone do the same. For offense, Bryson Tremaine. I feel like he is someone who gets overlooked at times, but his blocking, if you go back and look at some of the film, some of the video, his blocking is top tier, especially for a wide receiver. Like, he is in there as a tight end at times because how well his blocking is. Another one would have been D-Lou, but D-Lou is not unsung. I think people praise D-Lou's name already. But Bryson Tremaine did such a good job. He did not. I don't think he had any catches, but he's leading the team in special team tackles with 6. So he's a special teams demon. But then also when it comes to blocking, because blocking has been
Demon?
special teams demon. Yes, I'll say it.
Okay.
I'll stand 10 toes on that one.
Okay.
Bryson is his guy, man. This is man. He been pounding the table for Bryson all off season.
I
That's his guy.
Table is,
Demon is strong. Demon is strong. I feel like Demon's strong, but okay.
That's his
no,
coker.
No,
let him cook.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Wait. Let him cook.
All right.
Wait. That's not. I. If you remember when Coker was when we got undrafted, how excited I was for Coker. So he's not Coker. He's not Coker. So let's not say that. But
no, that's that. But he's your coker.
No, Coker.
I
is
rock
Coker.
with Coke. That's
I rock
my guy.
with Coke.
You Tremaine is your guy, bro. Just own it,
No.
bro.
It's not. I'm not saying. Hold on. Time out. I'm not saying like Tremaine is not my guy, but we're not gonna sit there and say like I ain't rock with Coker either. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm just saying
he didn't
you
say that.
you rocking
He's
with
saying
your
it's
boy.
the equivalent.
Oh yeah, I'm a rock with.
Yeah,
I mean, I called it out. Yeah, I called it out. Like, yo, y'all look out for Bryson Tremaine, and
You did
he
it.
made the team. But
That's your
I paid
man.
it. I mean, bro, when you got somebody who can run as fast as he can, 6'4", and how like aggressive he is, I appreciate it. So yeah, I would say special teams demon for this team. I'm not saying special teams demon, but for our team, for a wide receiver to be leading special teams with tackles, that's why he's out there. And everyone's saying like, okay, when Coker gets back, who's going to get a jersey? Who's not going to get a jersey? I feel as though Bryson Tremaine is going to get a jersey just because of the way that he is playing in terms of blocking and special teams. And we all know Dave Canales is big on special teams. He wants to make sure special teams is a thing. In terms of defense, I think an unsung hero who did really well is Princely, Uman Mielen. I feel like he is doing really well in the run, which is something that people said was his weakness. I think definitely that tackle he had on Javonte Williams, I think it was like the second or third quarter, I can't remember, was top tier. I feel like he is someone who is coming alive. He's somebody who took what all the criticism that people said and is really backing it up and saying, you know what? People said I can't defend the run. I'm going to show you. And he is showing that. He's the king of petty. He is someone who's always, every time somebody wins, you better go to that Twitter channel because he's going to post something. If you've seen any of his Twitch, when he went live during the offseason, he don't care, bro. He don't care who you are, what you said. He's going to talk that talk. And he's backing it up. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do with this person who left, which leads us into the next thing. Unfortunate, but Pat Jones is down. Pat Jones, it was announced, was it yesterday? I want to say it was, Vashti, where we found out that he's going to be out for the season. Back surgery. I think that was that happened today, happened successfully. I want to know, shall I start with you, your initial reaction to this? And then also my follow-up to that is, do you foresee, because of a situation like this, do you foresee the Panthers, if we continue to win and do well, going to another team to ask for a trade or find a trade for a pass rusher?
Yeah, so our pass rush is awful. With Pat Jones, our pass rush is awful, but he was playing very well. He was one of the best
especially on the run.
The best,
yeah, especially the run.
Yeah, he was great. Pat Jones. So losing Pat Jones definitely hurts. The upside to it though, and we don't want to see anybody get injured. But the good news is that our young guys, we're going to see more Princely. We're going to see more Nick. So I mean, that's a positive if we're going to pull a positive from an injury. But it hurts bad because our pass rush is already in disarray. It wasn't very good at all. Still bottom of the league with Pat Jones. So it's do I see us making a move? I don't think so, man. I think they're gonna sit back and let the young boys go. I don't see them making a move for a trade. Now I'm not opposed to them doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what I think the Panthers are gonna do. I don't think they're gonna do. I think Dan and them are gonna let the young bulls go. Canales has been saying, I want to see the young guys play. Well,
yeah.
Here's
your
the
chance.
opportunity. And the best experience is real experience, is game experience. So get out there, earn your stripes, and we're gonna see what the young boys can do.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this, Vasha? I know you've been in the locker room and seeing different things. I know you haven't seen. I'm not sure if you've seen the players since the news here. But what are your thoughts on whether you think that they'll go find another player?
Yeah, we talked to them yesterday and today. Wednesday and Thursdays are our open locker room days.
Okay.
I agree with Shad. I don't see them being aggressive and making a move. This is not one of those make or break years. This is a year to see progress. I don't think this was the year that they expected to make a strong playoff run.
Yeah.
Dan Morgan is still building this roster into what it is he wants it to be. Bryce Young and Dave Canales are still building chemistry as far as leading the offense. They are looking at this as a building block. And so if maybe they were, in a more desperate situation where it's like playoffs or bust, they would do that. But, Nick Gordon and Princely have shown promise. So let the young guys get the reps and let them rock.
Yeah. I completely agree with you both. And also I feel as though that if you're going to make a trade for anything, I think there's more important positions than pass rusher. Now granted, in terms of
what?
Like what? Like our linebackers?
Nah, we need a
They've been-
pass rush bad, bro.
No, I think
I
agree.
Trevin been hooping since he moved to Mike, bro. Trevin been hooping, bro. I
Okay,
think Trevin. I don't feel as bad. I don't feel as bad about our linebacker position. I don't know if it was just the move. I don't know if there's other things occurring with the linebackers, but moving Roseboom off Mike has been both of them are playing better. So
Yeah.
I think, bro, we need a pass rush bad. If we're gonna really compete, we need to get a pass rusher in here immediately.
Which is true. I agree. I agree with that. I still personally feel, yes, it's been 2 games. I need to see a little bit more with the
Fair
linebackers, in my opinion. Now, granted, yes, we went against the number 1 offense with the Cowboys, but there was no CeeDee Lamb. And yes, they've been really good in the run. But when I look at some of the other plays, like the touchdown to Jake Ferguson, that was on Trevin Wallace. And I'm not saying that Trevin Wallace is not a good player. I'm not saying that by any means. But I think the biggest thing we always talk about, that Dave Canales always talks about, is competition. And one thing we have seen this offseason is him saying, like, hey, not just raising the ceiling, but how can we raise the floor? How can we build more competition up here to make sure the people who are starting feel like, oh, man, this person that's on 3rd string or 2nd string is trying to come from my job, so I have to make sure I do better. So if we can find somebody, or either a starting caliber linebacker or a vet in here that can do something. Like, granted, we lost Josie Jewell, and then it was straight to Rosebroom. Rosebroom did not start off as our starter. I'm not saying that he's not good, but he was not coming in as our starter. It was Josie Jewell until he got hurt, which is why I feel as though linebacker before pass rusher. Now, with that being said, pass rush is huge. We are, in terms of the havoc, I think I saw something on Twitter in terms of like havoc pass rush. That's the one, like including pressure, sacks, all that. Panthers was down at the bottom, if not the dead last, and Jets were right above us. So we're not getting to the quarterback like we should. If there is a good quarterback there with good weapons, they're going to eat because we're not getting to the quarterback. And so I feel as though because Scorton and Princely will get more reps because of the fact that Pat Jones is out, I'm very curious to see how that's going to look. And if it does not get better, I'm curious to see what Dan's going to do. That's just my thoughts on that. Let's move forward to the next thing, which is about the what we talk about with the thumbnail. 2 can play that game. Chuba Rico. There's been a lot of information, or a lot of, I guess you could say, noise around everyone when Rico was going crazy. I saw so many people tweet fast shot around like Rico running back 1, trade Chuba. This guy is so much better than Chuba, and I'm just like, yo, at the end of the day, where did the recency bias and the fact that people forget about the things that Chuba did is crazy to me. We've seen so many different players in the past, whether it be Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo Williams, whether it be any of the players that I had on the thumbnail that has had 1,000-yard seasons in a running back tandem. You know what I mean? Some of the ones I can name out just real quick that I had written down here. You got Warrick Dunn and Michael Vick, even though it's a quarterback. You got Brandon Jacobs and Derek Ward. You got Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram. The cool thing about all those people is all the people I just named, all of them had 1,000-yard seasons together, right? And it's really cool to see whenever you have 1,000-yard running backs together, how well they do in the regular season, right? We were talking about Franco Harris and Rocky Bleer back then. 10-4, they went to the playoffs. I say all that to say, what are your thoughts around how people responded to, Rico having 2 games? And also, who do you think, well, I'm not going to say who do you think will start. Does it matter to you who starts at running back for the Panthers? Let's start with Shad.
No, it doesn't matter who starts. I think carries matter, right? What the carry splits is what's matter. What it's going to be 50-50, 60-40, whatever it's going to be. Now, here's the thing. This is a great problem to have, and I think people need to realize that.
Thank you.
This is a good situation. The fact that we have 2 running backs that are very capable and could potentially, if this ends up right, be 1,000-yard backs. We've seen it before with D'Angelo and Stewart. That's why it's so crazy to me that people are acting in the manner that they are.
Yeah.
Because we've been here before. The
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers literally created the 2-back system, right? We've done this before. And so I'm excited. I do, in my opinion, I think Canales and them need to ride the hot hand.
Yeah.
Rico needs to get the carries, and obviously he was gassed at the end of the Cowboys game. I'm not saying that we need to give him 30 carries and let Chuba get 4. That's not what I'm saying. They need to mix it up. They'll figure it out. That's why Canales and them get paid the big bucks. But Bryce needs this.
Yeah.
Bryce Young needs these 2 guys to be capable so that he can be successful.
Yeah.
Without these 2 guys and without what Rico is doing, Bryce is not cooking. He needs this to be successful. So this is a great problem to have. Both of these guys. Let's not look into next year. Forget that. Like, let's live in the moment. What happens to Rico, whether he gets re-signed, that's let's live in the moment. Let's worry about right now. Let's ride the wave. Rico and Chuba, let's rock. Both of them. Keep them.
Okay. What do you think, Vasha? I know you. I think I might have saw something you posted, Vasha, around asking him this question. After hearing his response, Vasha, like, what are your thoughts
on if it works or who should start? Which part?
So basically, either who should start, or do you think it matters who starts?
I don't think it matters who starts. Canales is going to have to figure out a way to get both of them touches, but I think you do ride the hot hand, so you give an advantage, or you give maybe you let Rico get it going, because he seems to be one of those backs who can, if he sees it, if he feels it, he can go the whole game. So I think you kind of ride that wave, and then you allow Chuba. Like Canales, he said he's going to be stubborn with the run. Now he really has to be stubborn with the run. I think sometimes, and when you playing from behind, it's hard to do that. But like, you're gonna have to really, if you're gonna be stubborn with the run, you got to be stubborn with the run. If that first drive you don't get anything with the run, you can't abandon it on the second drive. Like like Shad said, they get paid money to do this. So they got to figure it out. But a guy gets back-to-back 200-yard games. Like, you got to see if he can get a third.
Come on now.
I'm sorry.
Come on now.
Facts.
That's so real. Like that. People just act like that's just something that's not easy to do, and that's not common. And I think the other part that I want to make sure people are clear of, because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter like, yo, well, Chuba hasn't been playing that well this year. Well, first off, he was hurt. 2, we've always been playing from behind. So we had, like, they abandoned the run. They had to throw the ball. So Chuba didn't really have as many carries as Rico has this past 2 games. I agree. I do agree with you all in terms of it doesn't matter. It's all about the amount of carries. And I've been saying that from the jump, because I saw a lot of people saying, well, why is so-and-so starting? Why is so-and-so starting? Why is Nick Scott starting? And at the end of the day, it's like, it's not about who's starting. It's about the snap counts. How many times, like, you got to pay attention to the snap counts. How many snaps that particular player is out there. If I'm Canales, which I'm not, but if I'm Canales, I'm definitely riding the hot hand, right? I gotta give it to Rico. And one thing I do want to say I was wrong about, that I said a few months ago during the offseason, was that Chuba and Rico run the same. I feel like I was like, yo, they're the same play, they run the same. They do not. They do not run the same by any means. And I definitely want to correct myself on that piece. They are totally different running backs, which is good. I am glad they don't run the same, because now you're going to get a little bit of this versus a little bit of that, right? Chuba is more so inside the numbers. Rico kind of goes outside numbers, and he runs with such a violence. And so I'm saying this to Panthers fans: stop being toxic, relax. We can make this work. There has not been 2,000-yard running backs since 2009. And who did it in 2009? Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams, okay? The last time that they had 1,000-yard rushers was 2019, and that was Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram, right? So this doesn't happen often, but we have the opportunity this year to let it happen. So like Shah said, just enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy what they had going on, because who knows when the next time we'll see it. Plus, you got to remember, we got Trevor Etienne behind him. We got Jonathan Brooks. We don't know what he's going to do. So as much as I want them to re-sign Rico, like Shai, you bring up a good point. Let's just enjoy it. Let's see what happens.
I think that Canales is really going to show his teeth as a play caller right now.
He has to.
Because if you like that, if you are like that, you are scheming up some you have playmakers now that you have surrounded Bryce with, right? You got number 4, you got number 5, you got number 30, you got 15,
number 18 coming back.
Yeah,
you got 18. You got 18 coming back.
Don't even sleep. You got 17. Like, they have done what they needed to do to surround Bryce with playmakers. Now Canales, what
ain't
you
no
scheming
excuse.
up?
Yeah.
Because if you like that, then I'm gonna see some stuff. I should see some impressive stuff on Sunday.
So real quick. Oh, my fault. And I think that's a great point. But also, I think we got to give some props to the players for executing too, right? Because that route, T-Mac,
bro,
that double move was crazy. Like, that's a dope route. These players these guys are wide open, and Bryce is able to hit them, and they're catching the football. These things have not been happening. Let's keep it a buck. There's been drops everywhere. Including T-Mac. Everybody's been dropping the football. But now they're catching the football. They're getting open. Bryce is hitting. The offensive line's protecting. Like, these things matter.
Yeah.
So we can talk about, and absolutely you're right, we can talk about Canales' play calling, but look at the execution that's happening right now. Like, they're actually executing. So we're going to see if that continues when the defenses get tougher, right? We beat up on Miami. We beat up on the Cowboys. Hopefully we beat up on the Jets. But when the Bills come to town, the run defense is a little shaky, so we should be able to get off on them too. But when the Bills come to town, and then we start to see the Packers, and it gets a little tougher, then we're going to start to see, can these guys continue to execute? And I think it's going to happen because of the confidence. They're starting to see the ball go through the hoop. So I think we're good. We're in a good spot.
That's a good point. I completely agree with what both of you said. I think another thing too, I watched a video Smitty was talking about, and they were talking about that one double move. And yes, like, I'm not taking nothing from T-Mac. That was a nasty route. But I think Bryce definitely helped out with that as well, because if you pay attention, Bryce hit the little fake, which made Wilson jump up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then T-Mac was able to hit it, And I saw in that video, Smitty was talking about like, oh, well, Bryce Young's footwork is erratic. No, he was doing that because he was trying to do a pump. Like, it was a fake pump. It wasn't like the normal pump that normal quarterbacks do, but that's what Bryce does. If you pay attention to how Bryce mechanics are, that's what Bryce does. So I think you're completely right. We were starting to get healthy at a good point. You know what I'm saying? With all the people coming back, Coker, JT, Turk Wharton, all these different things. And I think the other part that you talked about, Vashti, that I want to bring back up, you were like, we're really about to see what kind of chops Canales has in terms of the play calling. If you remember, it might have been either the first game or the second game, there was a few plays where Chuba and Rico were in the backfield. And at that time, I don't know if the defense was nervous about that. But now, once you're able to see what Rico can do, And Chuba has already shown that he averages 5 yards a carry. Think about what's going to happen here. Also, another thing that people tend to forget about: what position did Rico play in high school? Quarterback. You can do Wildcat, have Chuba in the back as well. Like, there's so many different things that you can do. He's been asking about that. Rico even asked Brad Isaac before. They said this during the offseason, like, yo, put a Wildcat. I can throw the ball if need be. I don't think they're going to have him throw the ball, but there's so many different schemes and different things you can do with Rico and Chuba both in the backfield. And Chuba kind of mentioned it in an interview this week around, like, yo, put us both in the backfield at the same time. It's scary because who's going to get the ball? You know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do moving forward with that. Let's get into the Jets game. Everybody's calling it a trap game. I've seen people on there saying we better not lose to this and the third. What are your predictions? And I know, Vashti, you hate the word predictions because you don't do the predictions. So just give me your thoughts, if you will, on what you would love to see. Let me put it this way: what you would love to see from the Panthers during that game on Sunday. Let's start with Shot.
Oh man, yeah. So I'm looking to see, can we get a dub on the road? Like, we gotta get a W on the road. The good thing is that the run game does travel, right? That's what everybody says in NFL. The run game travels. So I think we need to continue that run effort. Feed Rico, feed Chuba. Don't ask Bryce to do too much. Let Bryce kind of hit those layups. I think we're gonna be fine, man. I think the Jets defense is not that great. I think we should be fine there. We should be able to move the football the way we want to. I don't see us hitting too many roadblocks there. Offensively, I think that it's going to be tough because we're not the Broncos, right? You saw what the Broncos did against the Jets
That was pretty
last week.
wild.
It was rough, but we're not the Broncos defense, right? We don't have the pass rushes they have. They sacked Justin Fields 9 times. If we can get 2 or 3, I would be very happy. Like, we
Yeah.
have to be able to sack the quarterback. So even with Pat Jones out, we're gonna have to make it up somewhere. Again, don't wish injury upon anybody, but Garrett Wilson's gonna be out. So that's a huge blow to their offense, and they need everybody they can get.
Facts.
So we should be able to do some work there and make Justin Fields hold on to the football, make him make some irrational decisions. I think we're gonna be okay. This is a winnable game, but I do agree that it could. And I think Vashti said it earlier. If we do lose this game, I think it's gonna be problematic in the fan base because
you think they're gonna crash
I think
out?
so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Like, when you get a little taste, of good football, you got to continue it, right? You have to continue it, and we can't act like we haven't been there before, so we don't know how to act. We don't know how to act. Like, it's been a long time. We got to get the feeling back,
Yeah.
and so we just got to continue to do what we've been doing, man. This is a winnable game. We should beat the Jets. I'm expecting us. Let me not say that. I'm not expecting anything. Let me take that back. I'm not expecting anything. I just want good football to be played. That's all.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay.
He
I
sounded a
got on
little
a
shaky.
roll. I was feeling myself a little bit.
Nah, he
I was
sounded a
feeling
little shaky,
myself, but
Vashti.
I'm really trying to manage my expectations, because I do get excited, right? I'm a fan first, so I do get excited. I want to see these guys go out there and blow out the Jets. I want to call for a blowout, but because I know this team is they up and down, I don't know what I'm gonna get. Well, the past 2 weeks they've been solid, but I don't know what I'm gonna get week to week. It's up and down, so
He said it can go
I
either
don't
way.
have any expectations.
It can go either way.
6-7. I don't know what I'm gonna get.
6-7. Okay, so Vashti, correct me if I'm wrong. I know you usually on Keep Blitzing, you usually do like a takeaway, like, or things to look forward to in the game, right? Do you do that sometimes? No? I think you've done it before, like things to look for.
I post the game notes, everything you need to know about the matchup.
Yes. So without giving that up, because I want people to go look and read that, what are some things that what are some things that people need to know or expect, or what you were expecting from the Panthers in the Jets game?
Yeah, I just think, like, I had a feeling that the Panthers were going to beat the Cowboys for whatever reason. I just thought that was going to be a dub.
Yeah.
I'm legit. I don't have that confidence this week for a couple of reasons. One, and they should win the game. Let's say this. They should win the game. But the reason why I don't have the confidence in it is because the Jets are a hungry and starving team, right? It used to be like the Panthers were toward the end of last year. You just got a team that really, at this point, they don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
They have nothing to lose. Those are the scariest people. Like, you don't want to get in a fight with a man who's not afraid to die. Because those are scary people. So one, they just they have nothing to lose. You got Steve Wilkes, who, like, just like players, coaches like to get back to. And if you don't think that Wilkes is scheming up a defense to make the Panthers uncomfortable,
Yeah.
then you got another thought coming.
That's real. That's true.
Garrett Wilson is a huge blow. The Jets have the 5th ranked rushing offense, right behind the Panthers, who are 4. So can the run defense still, take care of business? They should win the game. But I don't know what it is about the road, but they've been stinking it up on the road. And until they play to their potential on the road, I'm not getting the hopes up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So here's my thoughts on it, Shot and Vashti. One, I am the person who brought out the Kool-Aid really early, and I'm not bringing out the Kool-Aid here. I do not think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a tough game. And here's my reasons why. One, the Jets are not as bad as it seems. They don't play as bad as their record. Yes, they're 0-6, but they've only had one game that they were blown out on, and that was against the Bills. And that was 30-10. But they played the Steelers. They lost by 2. Right? They played the Bucks, who the Bucks are balling right now, and they lost by 2. Right? They played the Dolphins, who we crushed, but they lost by 6. Right? And then the Cowboys, that was a rough game too. All I'm saying is, most of their games have been very, very close. So we cannot afford these, early mistakes that we have done with in other games. Like, what I want to see and what I would deem as progress for the Panthers in this game is to have a lead and keep it. I'm not looking for a blowout. Just have a lead and keep it. Can we win by 10 or 14? Cool. Can we win by 7? Cool too. But I don't want us to go back and forth. We struggling. We have to have another Bryce Young game-winning drive and a Fitzgerald kick for us to beat the Jets, right? That's, I think, is progress to me. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, though, because the Jets are hungry. And the only reason I'm not calling this a trap game is because we have to earn the right for it to be a trap game. I don't think that this is a trap game because we have not won on the road. So we can come in aggressive saying we have to show the world. Everyone's paying attention to the Panthers right now, right? It's been all over Pat McAfee's show. Good Morning Football is talking to people. Derek Brown had a daggone national media interview today. So people are looking. So now we have to showcase that we can win on the road. That's just my opinion on it. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout, in my opinion. Last thing before we close. We will not be on next week because I actually have a work trip to do. So I'll be in Philly. So I won't be back in time for a show. But we will be back next week. I may go live on Friday just to kind of catch up on some things if things like pop off. But I will not be on. But it's been real. Make sure we got 50-something people in here right now. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss when we go live. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Last time I checked, I think we had 395. Y'all, we can get to 500. Let's get to 500 as soon as possible. So make sure y'all tell a friend to make sure it's the free way to support the channel. Also, go over to PNP, Panther Nation Podcast. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to them. And then also Quick Blitz. PNP, they go live every Tuesday. Quick Blitz, y'all go live every Monday. So make sure that y'all go over there, subscribe, pay attention to these awesome people and what they got going on with the Panthers. And make sure you always pull up to the pregame every Thursday. We appreciate y'all. Shot, Vashti, anything y'all want to say before we close?
No.
Hey, Vashti is the queen of one word, and that's it. Period. It's a period on the end. All right. I appreciate Shot, Vashti. I appreciate y'all as always. We out of here. We'll see y'all not next week, but in 2 weeks. We out. Peace.